Welcome community members to a presentation on the development process for the Central Park precinct. The site is a 5.8 hectare parcel and was previously used as a brewery. Australand in 2003 sought to redevelop the site into a mixed-use precinct for commercial, residential and retail and other uses. As demonstrated by the design competition ran by us in 2004, the site was identified as being capable of accommodating the future proposed uses. However, after working with the developer on achieving a good outcome, the site was declared a major project in 2006 to be determined by the Minister of Planning, not Council. The original concept plan approved a mixed-use precinct. In June 2005, a Heritage Conservation Management Plan was endorsed by Council, the New South Wales Heritage Branch. The preservation and conservation of the heritage buildings was a big achievement for us as we were directly involved in its preparation and endorsement. The determination of the conservation plan gave certainty of the building's preservation through development. Sustainable Sydney 230 was adopted by Council in 2007 after extensive consultation with the community. The plan sets goals to make Sydney green, global and connected. The original concept plan met a number of the targets under this plan. However, Council raised concern in regards to the relatively high volume of car parking, which did not meet the integrated transport target under the plan. The developer submitted an application to the Minister to modify the approved concept plan to increase the floor space ratio and gross floor area. This altered the residential to office mix significantly due to reassessment of feasibility of commercial space by the developer, now Fraser's Property Group. Council acknowledged the market and feasibility needed to be taken into consideration when justified by an economic impact assessment, which this project did. 2 VPAs were executed over the site in 2010. VPAs tied to title, so it provided certainty to us that all future landowners will have to abide by it. The first VPA involved a $32 million contribution to the Redfern-Waterloo Authority for Affordable Housing, which we lobbied for since the project commenced in 2003. The second VPA involved community infrastructure, including a public park. Although the park was further increased by 20% as part of the modified concept plan in 2009, the park unfortunately provides little in terms of usable recreation space for residents and the wider community. In December 2013, a further concept plan modification was approved, which altered the land use mix by reducing the approved commercial floor space and increasing the residential floor space. This was of great concern to Council given the further departure from the original concept plan and was not supported. The Department of Planning noted that it supported the developer's view. However, it acknowledged Council's concern that further reduction on commercial GFA would impact on the intended character and nature of the precinct. As such, approval for this further residential space was not supported. This demonstrates Council's commitment to public interest through effective lobbying. In 2013, Council signed the first ever environmental upgrade agreement with the developer and the finance provider to encourage building upgrades. This was a great milestone for us and demonstrated partnership with developers. In terms of media coverage, Council received positive feedback regarding the EU agreement, public space provision and heritage retention. Some media channels raised concern regarding the longevity of the 6-star rating, however only time will tell whether this will be successful. Affordability of housing was also noted as the developer made a contribution to the Redfern-Waterloo Authority, which is off-site. As such, no portion of affordable housing was provided except in the case of student accommodation. Public participation in planning is imperative for positive results. The process of Part 3 does not allow the elected members to have a direct hand formulating any of the Council's response. All concept plans, approvals and modifications for Central Park were placed on exhibition for a period of 30 days. Council believes that 30 days was insufficient considering the scale and nature of the development. As such, Council believes the following recommendations could have improved the outcome of the project. More robust VPA agreement to state the specific role and purpose of public park and embellishment works to ensure a more usable and functional space was achieved. Council supported the Part 3A repeal bill, however all amendments to Central Park will continue through the Part 3A system. Council shall have remained the consent authority to ensure the planning decision remains in the hand of the community. Developer incentives could have been negotiated prior to prior to Part 3A approval with the developer, and council, such as increased floor space ratio and height of buildings, to facilitate environmental social outcomes. Public exhibition of the concept approvals in particular should have been longer, at least 60 days, to facilitate sufficient response times. Stricter parking restrictions could have also been imposed to ensure an integrated transportation approach was considered, and site-specific development control plan and local environmental plan which outline social, economic and environmental objectives to guide development over the site. In conclusion, the development is a great asset to the southern part of Sydney CBD. However, only time will tell whether the precinct will deliver social, economic, and environmental outcomes for future generations.